Mm. Hey, so, well, one people, it's KMD back in here again tonight. You lot are lucky to even get a fucking video tonight. I'm gonna be real, man. I'm fucking tired as hell. I am shattered. I am battered. I am upstate clattered. Whatever the fuck that means. I'll make up shit as I go along. But look, man. I wanted to come in here tonight, yeah. I wanted to talk about civil unrest. Civil unrest that is happening in the Western world right now. It is fucked up. I'm also actually starting to believe that most of this civil unrest is actually engineered and paid for and set up by globalists, like globalist elites. I'm actually starting to believe that shit now. Like, I'm actually starting to believe the reason why we have so much unrest, particularly in the US and the UK right now, I'm starting to believe the reason why we have it is because they want to push for riots in order to ban and abolish all protest groups. Basically, that's what I believe. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm just conspiracy theorizing again. That's what I like to do. I like to conspiracy theorize. That's what I like to do. So I actually kind of theorize that a lot of the civil unrest that we're having today is pretty, like I said, is paid for. I feel like it's actually paid for by these globalist elites. I'm looking at shit like that's happening in Venezuela, for instance, like Venezuela, and it's like where the people can't even get basic essentials like toilet paper, for instance, like toilet paper. They can't get the basic social, like the basic essentials. Like, it is fucking crazy in Venezuela, Argentina too, and places like Yemen and Syria, South Africa, Nigeria, the Central African Republic, India, Bangladesh, and then I was reading up on Libya. And I'm just like, they're basically saying how like the political state, the economy of Libya hasn't been able to stabilize itself since Muammar Gaddafi was assassinated by the US government because he was looking to change the world by starting a African currency made out of gold. For those of you who don't know, I've spoken about this before already. For those of you who don't know, Muammar Gaddafi was killed, assassinated, murdered, and laughed about by Hillary Clinton too. She laughed about this shit too. Like, in an interview, she laughed about this shit. This is what I'm saying. Like, we've just gotten to a point where we don't even fucking care about this shit no more. But since they've murdered him because he was looking to start an African currency with the rest of the African countries on the continent of Africa, make an African currency made from gold, which would have literally fucked over every other single currency in the world. It would have. So they killed him, made him out to be some crazy mad dictator, just like they did with Saddam Hussein. And I truly believe with Saddam Hussein, like, he was pretty much one of Iran's best presidents as well. He had the country stabilized. Since Saddam Hussein was murdered, since Gaddafi was murdered, those two countries right there have never been able to stabilize themselves, but they've become the perfect ground for quote-unquote ISIS. It's become the perfect place for ISIS, so we can actually put this narrative out here, this media narrative out here, that this is where most of these ISIS radicals are coming from places like Libya and all of this sort of shit here. But then we never actually deal with why we even have radicalists in the first place. Like, we never actually deal with the fact that, well, maybe it's because somebody from over that side of the world dropped something called the mother of all bombs on innocent men, women and children. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Maybe it's that. Because I know if that was the case for me, I'd be some fucked up shit. It would be some fucked up shit. But the civil unrest that we have today, there's so many riots going on. So many riots. There's so many protests going on. There's so much violence happening on the streets. There's so much. I don't know, man. It's just fucked up. Like, it really is fucked up. I was hearing about the story with remember what happened in Charlottesville, I think about a month ago, with the KKK and the white nationalist mob that had a big old white on white crime fight and whatever. And then there was this young black brother who's an assistant teacher. His name's DeAndre Harris. And then there was a footage of him being battered by about 6 or 7 of these white nationalist mob people, battering him with spades and blunt objects. And there's a warrant out for his arrest. The same victim who was battered by 6 or 7 people with blunt objects, there's a warrant out for his arrest for defending himself. Do you hear this shit? All of this shit, I believe, like things like this, stories like this, like things that are happening in the justice system like this, is all, again, like, I think a fucking plan to have more people pretty much out in the street rioting for this type of shit. I truly believe, like, this is what I was saying yesterday, I also believe that Donald Trump was put in office to speed this whole shit up, to speed up the globalist elites plan, their idea, their agenda for this new world order. I truly believe Donald Trump was put in office for exactly that, because with Hillary Clinton in there, it would have slowed down for another 2 semesters of presidential whatever the fuck they do. Because remember, what you need to understand, the president is just a face. That's all they are. They're just a face of the actual frigging corporation. America is a fucking corporation. It's not a country, it's a corporation. And I truly believe Trump was put in office to speed up the whole fucking process. Because look what's happened since Trump has been in office. Look what's happened. Look what's happened here in the UK since we broke from the EU and Margaret Thatcher's been in office. Look what's been happening. And during all of this time, like in my other previous video, ignorance still reigns supreme. That, I don't know, people, man. I'm just looking at this shit, like, because I see all of these videos on my Facebook all the time of just so much unrest throughout the fucking world, and I'm just like, when is this shit gonna end? I'm just looking at it like martial law is coming real fucking soon. I can smell this police state already. I can smell it already. Like, I can smell it already. So many of our so-called civil rights are just being chipped away bit by bit, and we don't even fucking know it, because we're being distracted by something else that they're giving us on the fucking TV. Like, I was asking myself a question the other day as well, with the Hurricane Harvey that happened in was it Texas? Yeah, Texas. What's happened to those people who were picked up by FEMA and taken to Walmart FEMA camps? What's happened? Does anybody know what's happened to those people? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the name of the victims who were allegedly shot and killed during the Las Vegas shooting? Has anybody seen any victims or seen pictures of these victims, heard names or anything like that? I know I haven't. I haven't really checked. That's obviously my fault, but I haven't actually seen or heard anything like that. There's too many distractions, people. There's way too many distractions in the world. I don't know what the fuck was going on, man. But like I said, I can really smell this police state. Like I said, with all this civil unrest, I truly believe that they're trying to ban every single fucking protest group that they can ever possibly be. Anybody who comes out and speaks out about this fucked up government is considered a radicalist, a terrorist, something called something like that, an extremist, basically. I would be considered an extremist because I'm always talking out about this bullshit government. I don't know, people, man. I would like to go so much deeper into this shit as well. I would like to go like about half an hour deep into this shit, but I know someone's going to end up coming in here and cutting this video short, so I'm going to cut this video short now. But I just wanted to come in here and talk about some civil unrest that's going on in the world, and I want people to just look up about this shit, man, because there's so much civil unrest that's happening in the world, here in Europe, over in the West as well, over on the East as well. Shit is crazy. Shit is fucking crazy. Romania's been having their madness as well. France, madness. Spain, madness, especially with the Catalan independence vote as well. Like, madness right now. Shit is crazy. I don't know, people, man. All I would say, man, I just want people to stay safe out here. I want people to wake up quicker than they should, man. I want people to wake up quicker than they should. But then, even then, people who have been woke for so long should possibly sleep as well, man. We should possibly sleep too. Take like 2 days sleep or some shit. Real talk. Well, look, man. My name's KMD, people. This is Rant Radio, and I'll probably be back in there again in a bit, man. Peace.